Active tonight, you can do with Sky Sports Active. Commentating for FanZone, Colin Tovey and Simon Mitchell. Press the red button and follow the instructions. Commentators here at Highbury, Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
First of all, there will be the period of silence to remember those who lost their lives on September the 11th last year.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your attention please. Tomorrow marks the first anniversary of the terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon, in which thousands of people tragically died. In remembrance of those awful events a year ago, Arsenal Football Club asks all genuine football supporters to join us in a period of silence as we remember those who lost their lives in the United States on September 11, 2001.
Respects perfectly paid. Nicholas Anelka was back at Highbury twice last January with Liverpool, a Premiership draw, an FA Cup defeat. He's being watched by the player camp and by everyone in the ground. Arsenal supporters do have positive memories of the time he spent here in red and white, and indeed the profit that Arsenal made when they sold him to Real Madrid. So the defending champions of the Premiership against last season's runaway champions of the Football League. It's a much improved evening in the southeast after that freakish weather yesterday swamped some of the region. Players could not ask for better than the Arsenal pitch. Ashley Cole very much at home on it. Was scored early the last home game against West Bromwich Albion. We'll gather that Anelka got a touch. Foe.
If there's any consolation, I've never known fans boo bad players, man. He wasn't a bad player at Arsenal, that's for sure. These are key areas for Manchester City, because I think with Ashley Cole, who already twice has gone ahead of Edu, and I think Berkovic and Benarbia they've got a job on to support Jensen and Wright Phillips on the wide areas. Otherwise, I think Luzhny and Cole might get a bit of joy.
It's a missed kick there by Luzhny, straight to Benarbia. He didn't get very far. How strange that Arsenal should start their home campaign against in turn the three promoted clubs in reverse order, really. When you looked at last season's Division 1, Birmingham City here, that was 2-0, West Brom 5-2. And now against the side that finished 10 points clear and scored 108 goals. Cole. Sun Chi Hai. the strength of Foe, and kept the ball as he was fouled by Cole. And the referee is Clive Wilkes. And here's Berkovic. Quite surprising in this area of a mistake here by Foe. Henri, that was quite surprising as well, that Foe would do something as irresponsible as that. He's raised his hand in apology. He got away with it.
A little sloppy. You're not going to get this amount of time at Highbury when you've got players with the alertness, the speed of Wiltord and Henri. You just don't get that amount of time, Martin. You let the ball get away from him again. Benarbia, I think you might find at times that you get time to take the ball under control. I think you're going to have that luxury here at times.
Paul Campbell not fit for England at the weekend, but raring to go for club tonight. Henri also missed out on an international. France won in Cyprus just with Wiltord's winner. White Phillips and Thierry Henry matching him stride for stride. There might have been a little nudge as well, but not enough to trouble the referee. That was a pacey matchup. This is Jensen. Arsenal want an offside decision. Benarbia went wide when might have gone in the opposite direction, or indeed for goal, but
I think if he lets it come across him, I'm just sure if you take the pace off this and then hit all in one movement almost, might just have been there. No, just a little touch to steady, maybe not. I think Patrick Vieira was getting back, but the idea, I suppose, a good one, but he's giving Huckabee a little bit of stick, but I think the ball was a little too heavy, I have to be honest.
Henri. A little more assured. What I was about to say when he made the mistake was, given the rotation and the injuries that we've seen even in the early season, it's a very consistent selection from Kevin Keegan. He's just made those couple of changes after his first defeat and gone with this side. He's got great confidence in them. Still missing one or two, like Paolo Wanchop. John Macken, the forward from Preston, they're both injured. And, Campbell slides it away.
Right start from Kevin's side. On the front foot, looking to go forward. Looks an attacking side, we said that at the top, Martin, and certainly they've shaped up that way. I think there's a lot to be said. You mentioned about no changes. I think there's an awful lot to be said for that football. I think players playing with each other, getting to know each other, the way they play. A lot to be said for if you're fit, you're ready. Same again, lads.
Out to the short corner. And David Seaman misjudged that, hit the crossbar, and it's been cleared by Edu.
Oh, blimey, that would have been another one for the scrapbook that he wouldn't have wanted, wouldn't he? Beaten by a speculative effort from a ridiculous area of the pitch. But as you say, I just think he totally misjudged it.
Offside, Ashley Cole looking anxiously across to make sure the flag went up. David Seaman was looking anxiously as to what was going to happen when the ball went over his outstretched hand.
Well, he got a little on it. I think he was just trying to feed it over the bar here. You can see the way his hand shaped up. He was trying to feed it over the bar for a corner. Just got fingertips on it.
Kia. Wiltord. Bergkamp had a calf injury sustained at West Ham when Arsenal went 2 down. They have been conceding 2 in that game, 2 at home to West Brom. Went behind at Chelsea, but hit back when they were down to 10 men.
I think that's been a trait of the side, though, isn't it, under Arsene Wenger? It's never looked watertight at the back, but they've always looked like they were going to get goals. You know, 40 odd something.
43.
It's ridiculous.
Another run that's still going. Number of consecutive Premiership games they've scored in. Bergkamp are looking for goal here, and in the end Wiltord trying to give that to Henri rather than try to add to his own impressive talent.
I thought the ball's a more difficult option. Beautiful little slide rule pass from Bergkamp, but you know, it might have been there to hit. Ball was difficult to get it round Steve Howe and into the path of Henri.
Well, Huckabee's given it away to Bergkamp.
doesn't often pick one ball, Dennis Bergkamp. I can't help think he did then with Wiltord absolutely busting the gut to get down the other side of him.
Anelka found by Sean Wright-Phillips. Benarbia trying to get into the middle. Edu. A bit too much of Gilberto. Foe. Jensen, who is the first choice for his country on that left-hand side, made a couple of goals. They drew a 2-2 with Norway at the weekend, played in the World Cup, of course. His equivalent on the right-hand side of this Manchester City team is Sean Wright-Phillips. Benarbia, craftsman in midfield, muscled out of it unfairly by Gilberto.
Good possession, nice possession. Stuff like that builds confidence early on, away from home.
Not many teams have come here in the last year or so to take on Arsenal at Highbury. Tended to try and maybe nick a result. Looks as though City come here meaning business, but here's Bergkamp. Henry, Distin is the defender. He's done enough to force Thierry Henry wide. Sylvain Distin, incidentally, was with Newcastle when they were the last team to beat Arsenal in December of last year. Last team domestically, that is.
We can't afford to lose it there, Martin, because they've got Berkovic and Benarbia ahead of play here, and then Arsenal just spring, but Distin's pace invaluable there. You see, he only thinks he's ahead and he's clear, but look how quickly Distin's back. Angle against him in the end. And that's what City have got to watch, and I talked about when I was doing the team. If Benarbia and Berkovic get ahead of the play like that and they lose the ball, then Arsenal break with pace and with penetration and really will cause a problem.
But they're without Henry at this corner. Cleared by Distin. Henry's back on his feet, incidentally. Some treatment from Gary Lewin seems to have done the trick.
You'll probably have to go all the way around to near the halfway line to get back on as well.
Here's Bergkamp. Wiltord's coming in from the opposite flank. It's another corner. Well, he only had to just go round the sides.
Corner given to him. That's sensible.
Up comes the formidable frame of Sol Campbell. Headed out by Jensen. The flag has gone up.
There are a lot of teams you'd look at that come here against Arsene Wenger's side, Mark, and you think, yeah, they might have a chance of keeping a clean sheet tonight. Kevin's isn't one of them. It springs to mind at the top of that list, is it?
Try telling that to Peter Schmeichel, though.
Oh, yeah. He'll be formidable, but...
Here's Berkovic, Benarbia. Keown wanted to let it run. It wasn't going to, but he wins the goal kick off Huckabee. We've got a full set of midweek fixtures tonight and tomorrow, coming right after an international weekend. No wonder Premiership managers are so jumpy about releasing their players. And 4 of this Arsenal 11 represented their country at the weekend. There would have been more, but for injuries and maybe the odd negotiation. Turned down the chance to go to a squad meeting with Cameroon, his country. Berkovic played a half for Israel on Friday. Bergkamp has long time retired from international football. Henry, Wiltord, defending again by Distin. And have a change of direction by Berkovic, but he didn't get away from Patrick Vieira.
I couldn't see a lot wrong. He wanted a free kick, Berkovic, but couldn't see it myself.
Oh, beautiful. Beautifully angled by Bergkamp, across by Henry. As you saw, was deflected. And the foray, in the end, was the fouler on Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp really biting in. Anxious to get back into the fray. Edu. Ian Wright, we thought, would be here with special interest. His adopted son, Sean Wright Phillips, who's carrying the name forward with some credit. And showing he can take a chance. He struck that goal very well for the England under-21s. Came on for an Arsenal player as a substitute, Jermaine Pennant. Can't get in this Arsenal 16 tonight. Recovered by Campbell.
Good feet. Yeah, that's an interesting one. The first time over the top, Anelka's pace against Campbell. Centre back did well.
Keogh. After his heroics at Chelsea, Kolo Touré might have had a first Arsenal start tonight, but he played on Sunday for the Ivory Coast against South Africa. And he got back yesterday, so it's Luzhny who's got Lauren's job. Mark has played it, and wants the return back, but it wasn't a very good one. Challenging ball from Huckabee at all. And now Arsenal get a free kick.
Just a couple of little ones going against Manchester City at the moment. The players feel a bit of frustration.
Cole. Bergkamp was trying to be a bit too clever. He thought there might have been a hand used by Distin. Chi Hai, who had a spell in London football with Crystal Palace. Anelka's cross. Jensen. Head back to him by Benarbia. Here comes Distin. Here come Manchester City. Distin has got round the back and got it crossing that bounced a little awkwardly before David Seaman, but there's no one making a dart towards the near post.
Good adventurous football again. Left centre back, furthest player up the pitch. Joined in the play and just kept going. So Van Distin.
Keegan has brought a team here and won. That was Newcastle back in 1994. Bergkamp.
Just offside. Thierry Henry. Look at the slide, that slide rule pass again and behind. A little worry that early on. No, sorry, Sylvan Wiltord is going to be player cam, we see that. But a little worry would be Dennis Bergkamp. He's been on the ball quite a lot in the opening 15 minutes. He's picked up already 3, 4, 5 very, very good passes in between the centre-backs. That might be something City have to address before Dennis punishes him.
Yes, the Chinese-English-French combination, the three at the back.
Good communication, yeah.
Good communication here between Seaman and Cole, not between Cole and Henry. Peter Schmeichel's son, incidentally, is 15, has just signed for Manchester City. Casper, he's a goalkeeper. If you saw him, you'd know he was Peter's boy. Not the same shock of blonde hair. Berkovic. This is Foe. Wright Phillips. There's gone on. Anelka keeps it short though to Ale Berkovic. Chi Hai, Huckabee, Berkovic. Ball that's easy on the eye again from Kevin Keegan's team. Benarbia. Sol Campbell stronger in the air than Keown was on the stretch and needed to be. There's a ball out here to the right-hand side on for Vieira. And, great responsibility from the new Manchester City captain this season, Benarbia.
Yeah, a better ball. It would have been more difficult. He had to check his run. Sylvain Wiltord and stop and collect the pass. He would much rather it had been 5 yards or so ahead of him.
Thierry Henry from what, 13 yards maybe, with the header.
I would have stopped talking earlier if it had been Arsenal header, Martin, and it was a thing that we see week in, week out, but I fancied he might miss that. Sorry.
Yes.
But he's like Anelka in that way, isn't he? I mean, neither of the two that have had Nicholas there. I don't think he scored a headed goal for Arsenal in what, he's 2.5 years here, and I can't think of too many that Thierry scored from free play either.
They're not Alan Smith or John Hartson, are they? They do have some other attributes. And here is Anelka showing his speed. Huckabee in the centre. And Edu gets there before Sean Wright-Phillips comes out to Benarbia.
Great ball that, you know. He had nowhere to go in Anelka. All the defenders get attracted in towards the near post and the byline, and he's just pulled it into a perfect area if you've got support here. Look at this. Somebody's coming up and supporting that play. Sean Wright-Phillips trying to get there, but Edu tracked him all the way back.
Well, there's nothing bashful about Manchester City.
No, that's good. Away from home here.
Talking to one or two of the boys behind the scenes in the Arsenal camp, and they were saying Fulham came here to take on Arsenal last year, had a real go, but I think they got beaten 4.
I think you can have a go of it as long as you don't forget about defending. You know, and I think Kevin at the moment is set out your soul, to have a go, but they are. I mean, the 3 centre-backs are staying where they are. That's fine. Foye is doing what we said. He's patrolling in front of them. So basically, like saying, OK, we've got 4 defenders in there at all times, and let's have the other 6 when we get it go and try and influence a game. And Foye has decided this time he's going forward.
Shouldn't forget that Charlton did score 4 goals here and beat Arsenal. It was a very strange game. They could have been 4 down after 15 minutes. Certainly took their chances on the day. 0-0 here, almost 20 minutes gone, but it's shaping up to a match brimming with promise. Huckabee. Benarbia always wanting the ball. Foye. Really got his game going, Mark Vivian Foye tonight, and made more mistakes than we would expect in 90 minutes in the opening 20. Play spread by Henry to Edu, but they're short of someone in the centre. Wiltord trying to get there. He does get there, and he gets a shot on target. Not an easy ball to take.
And that's the one difference, isn't it, with Arsenal? They score so many great goals, but when that ball's slung over that kind of distance to Edu, I would have thought Dennis Bergkamp would have been busting a gut just to get in the penalty area, but Dennis, being Dennis, just held his position outside the box.
Same Dennis showed a stud or two then under the gaze of the referee and was penalised for it.
Little lunge, wasn't it? Lost the ball.
And he's such a deft player, but he's a big man. He's a 6-footer and he's got plenty of weight to throw into the tackles. He's from time to time put himself into trouble with referees. Huckabee. Jens Dista. Nearly Manchester City as they put their passes together again.
Give them a problem, Arsenal at the back. Mark Keown really had to time that tackle, absolute perfection. Distan joining in the play again, high up the pitch.
Bergkamp who wins it back for Arsenal. Vieira. This is Edu, expecting Cole to be chasing. And Schmeichel to mop it up for Manchester City.
Just lacked a little bit of pace on the ball, Edu there.
And that's through the back of Vieira by Benarbia, and really I think the referee's got no option but to show the card here. You may disagree, Mr. Green.
No, I don't. I think when you go to ground, you know, I think you might say you've got the ball, but I think you had to go through Patrick Vieira there. And I think once you've gone to ground like that, you go through the player to get the ball, then you are risking a yellow card. Don't always get it, but you are risking it.
Just the thought that if Vieira had done that to somebody else, there would have been ructions, wouldn't there?
Absolutely.
Vieira, of course, picked up an FA charge as well as a red card last time out at Chelsea. Wiltord. Keown, shrewdly done. Edu. Oh, he can't clear. Ori. Nothing left of Cole. Campbell. Not been given by referee Wilkes. And Berkovic just checked to stay onside. Benarbia's gone through the middle, but as Anelka looked up to try and spot him, it was just the fraction of the second that Ashley Cole needed.
He's had a bit of the ball, Nicholas Anelka, but not quite happening for him at the moment.
Sanjiahe. Vieira. We're getting in front of Sean Wright-Phillips.
That's typified Arsenal play at the moment. Some lovely quick breaks from back to about the last third, but just haven't been as clinical as they normally are in that final third, whether it's the finish itself or the final pass.
Anelka is getting the ball in wide positions. Just getting away from Ashley Cole, and the Campbell had to come across.
Well, Cole's lucky he didn't catch Anelka, man.
Very lucky. Very lucky.
He launched into this. Watch, he just comes flying in here. Very, very close.
Ashley Cole, the one Arsenal player who was in the England squad for the first half against Portugal. Sanjiahe with the throw. Fancy footwork from Berkovic, and back from Benarbia.
Great ball. Great football. You know, Edu's a good player, but you know, when you're defending in that area, they just passed it round him as if he wasn't there.
And, in terms of talent, twins, aren't they, Berkovic and Benarbia? When they come at you either side, as they did then, very difficult to deal with. Steve Howard. Well,
I think.
They're fighting hard, the front men now. Henri's won it a few times, so has Bergkamp, but he's also been penalised a couple of times. Arsenal haven't broken through. 25 minutes gone, but there's not because of lack of attitude. Vieira. Bergkamp. It'll run through for Sylvain Wiltord, the man in form. The run continues. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 0.
Well, the Premiership's first player of the month continues that fabulous run, but I warned you about Bergkamp, Martin. If you give this man too many chances to pick a pass out, he's going to make you pay. It's taking 25 minutes, but Dennis's vision, his time on the ball, he got a little bit of luck, but the pass was going anyway with a little deflection. Jensen knows he can't touch him and he's off. If he goes to tackle him here and he makes a mess of it, Jensen knows he's going off. But what an accomplished finish from a man right in form.
One-on-one against Peter Schmeichel is certainly never as easy as it looks, but Wiltord made light of the Great Dane, gobbled up the chance. It's his 5th Arsenal goal of the season, adding that international winner for France on Saturday in Cyprus. And Lee Dixon was talking about Sylvain Wiltord's excellent English these days. I hope we'll hear some of it maybe afterwards.
That would be nice. The run goes on. Manchester City arrive and can't stop them scoring.
Wright Phillips. I remember back in the Premiership, 2 away games played already. They haven't scored on their travels. At Leeds, they had lots of chances. Kevin Keegan was rather dismissive about a lack of performance against Aston Villa. He was disappointed. I asked him whether he thought about changing the team for tonight because of that, and he said, well, I couldn't pick the one to leave out, really. Remember, they've got a corner here, and they've got certainly plenty of ammunition of their own, despite those blank scorelines at Ellen Road and Villa Park. So he's more than useful in the air. Distin has come forward as well. Steve Howe got 6 Premiership goals the last time City were at this level in the season. And needs better corners than that. Benarbia. 1-1. It's Anelka at Highbury with a header.
Well, you know, you and I are right behind this cross, Martin. And I have to say, when it left Benarbia's foot, I'm thinking Seaman. Honestly, I'm thinking goalkeeper. I thought it'd come a long, long way, and watch where he heads it in from. 7-8 yards. It's come a long, long way, that ball. Such a good quality ball because he bypasses Martin Keown, but I don't know. Great header when it gets there, down into the ground.
It's a trademark reaction from a Kevin Keegan team, but hardly a trademark goal in that it was a header from the one-time Arsenal favourite.
He never scored a header. Amazing, amazing.
Wiltord. Luzhny.
Chance. Oh. Well, there's that area, and you get 2v1. Look at it. Jensen drawn in there with Wiltord, and it leaves Luzhny in acres of space. It's not a difficult header. It's not really an accomplishment. It didn't look confident, and it's a scuffy little header, that. Got a chance. Well, we've been lucky here on Sky Sports to begin this season. We've had some ridiculous football, some great fare, and we've had half an hour of... The football's been excellent. Now we've topped it off with a goal apiece. It's just set the game alive.
Howie, to his credit, has gone to get the ball back, and he must be wondering what's happened to the normal, very competent level of his play. Henry's onside, played onside by Sunji Hai. Here's Thierry Henry. They've had 2 chances since Manchester City have levelled it.
What a save, big man. What a save. Sunji Hai's lucky, but look how far back he is, Martin. He's the one who causes a problem by dropping back in there. I honestly thought Henry, when he was through like that, he's normally so accomplished, this lad. A little ball in front of him. Scuffed it a little, but it still took an excellent save from the Great Dane.
And this time he was down. It's not a case of delaying going down. He had to go down to anticipate the power that didn't come, but he reacted so well to keep it out. And here, coming out in numbers through Berkovic, a City. Huckabee. Bergkamp, one end and then the other. It's thrilling fare at Highbury. And Edu stumbled it on.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thanks, Kevin. The opening half hour. It certainly hasn't come here to shut up shop.
First away goal of the season for Manchester City back in the Premiership. They really have invested as a club to make sure, if they can, that they are back to stay. Player cam now. Even tracks on Ali Benarbia.
I think his ball was a good one, Mark. I'm not, you know, it wasn't. But I just saw when it left his foot. I'm sitting here with you, and I'm thinking, goalkeeper. And, you know, when David didn't come, I think there was a real problem there. Interesting to see what the lads at half-time think.
Vieira. Well, there's 3 against 4 here. Anelka Campbell rather sorted him out, and he did so unfairly.
I think they'd rather run into Sol Campbell more than anything. Nicholas Anelka there.
Just a moment's hiatus in the other half when Patrick Vieira went down. Referee saw nothing wrong there. What I thought about the goal, Andy, was that Arsenal, the point we make here, they're not rock solid defensively.
No.
They've got Martin Keown, 36 now. Seaman will be 39 next week.
That's a very interesting one, Mark. We're sticking all the big boys up. The 3 centre-backs are all going up to take some part in this free kick. This is a rehearsed one from, must be from the training ground. They waited and waited until they got the 3 big boys in there.
Anelka flies up off Edu and behind for a corner.
They obviously, Foley and Distan, they work as blockers around the wall to try and create a gap. That's what it looked like there, trying to clear a little gap for Nicholas Anelka to hit it through. Well, he said he was going to go for a deflection tonight, try and knock it in. He did get the deflection, but not hit the goal this time.
Yes, if you haven't heard the news, it wasn't now. Officially, it's not a hat-trick for Anelka against Everton. First one went in off Radzinski, was back in the Everton wall. It was certainly going wide. As at the time, here's David Seaman off his line and fisting to clear the penalty area. Arsenal haven't pushed out very far. Bekovic. This is Howie. That's a wonderful ball under pressure by Campbell. And Wiltord. Henry is sprinting through the centre.
Oh, there's something here. Distan's in trouble, Mark. I tell you, you and I are watching Wiltord, but something's going on. Distan. Henry went to ground. Distan's the one who was nearest him. Now, if he's pulled him back, is that trouble? Yeah. He obviously saw it, the referee. Yeah, he's saying it's an interesting one. Great ball from Campbell, but watch Henry, there he goes. There's Distan tracking him down now. Does he pull him back? Yeah, there's the arm out there, dragging him back. Can't have any argument, Sylvain Distan, with that decision. And what he has done is given his team a huge problem here. By that, I mean, this is an area where, well, Edu or Henry are going to fancy it, one of the two.
Michael setting the wall, which is a bit too close to the ball, I think, at the moment, for the referee to
by a couple of yards at least, as you can see there.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's on that line.
Edu is there, but Thierry Henry has the right of Arsenal seniority. It is his right foot, but it's too high. Well, a pay-per-view offering for you on channel 433, Premiership Plus, Newcastle against Leeds, 7:30 tomorrow. And then Leeds United against Manchester United. Sky Sports 1, 11:30 on Saturday.
Slightly lucky Sean right foots there. He played that ball through Edu's legs, yes, but he must have played it, what, 15 yards in front of himself. I don't think he was ever going to get there.
Foul against Anelka has become only the 3rd Manchester City player to score against Arsenal in the Premiership. The other 2, Fitzroy Simpson, did it at Main Road, and the Scottish forward Jerry Craney,
yes.
Here in March 1996. This is the 11th Premiership meeting between the 2 clubs. 8 Arsenal wins, just 2 draws, no City wins. No City wins on this ground since 1975 in the league. The decisive goal, Richard touched on it earlier, from Rodney Marsh, now one of our Sky Sports Soccer Saturday stars, and it turned out to be his last goal for Manchester City. A few days later, he was transfer listed for allegedly not giving 100% on the pitch.
No, I'm not.
An accusation which he strenuously denied, I must say that, on Rod's behalf.
I'm not having that.
But he soon departed for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, or the Tampa Bay Rodneys, I think they were called, time to time. That's your history lesson tonight. Henri behind Sun Ji-hai.
It's a free kick. It's a free kick. Referee. It might even have been a penalty. It might even have been a penalty, Mark. I'm not sure when it started, but I think Sun Ji-hai's got a huge chunk of Henri's shirt here. He slips it between his legs here brilliantly. And look at that.
Outside the box.
Yeah, it's a free kick. Was it Ashley Cole there involved with Berkowitz, Mark?
Well, someone's got a yellow card, and I think it must have been Ashley Cole. Vieira was there as well, so don't know whether he might be
I think it
the
might
guilty
be Patrick,
party.
yeah.
Henry suggesting that a meal was made of it.
That came along to Berkowitz here, just going to play it.
It was Vieira.
Now, what does that remind you of, Mark?
Chelsea.
Isn't it? I do think they don't learn sometimes. Officials, I mean, I think we're all in the process of learning. We're trying to learn, and the players trying to learn how they look at it. But I do think that at times they themselves have to learn and think, yeah, there are lessons we can learn. Maybe they think that.
It's funny, you know, that you do tend to think the start of the seasons, the referees go in with a bit of agendas to try and deal with certain issues, maybe even certain players. Patrick Vieira, when you look back 3 years in a row, has had red cards in the early weeks of the season. In fact, a couple of years ago, consecutive red cards. Yeah. First day of the season and a Monday night, first game here.
Yeah.
We wondered then whether he'd ever play for Arsenal again when he went off the pitch that
game,
night.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
You see, that's the one, though. It's one of those you come in to block the ball again, and Berkowitz kicks the sole of the player's boot. They really are.
Another header of useful variety by Anelka. Vieira. That's brilliant play from him. Burka. Goes Sun Ji-hai. Schmeichel's out.
If you're talking about obstructing someone without playing the ball, I think Sun Ji-hai must have been very close to that offence there. Henri can't believe it. He just ran across the face of Henri. Stopped him run directly to the ball.
Gilberto. Has scored for Arsenal in the Community Shield, the winning goal against Liverpool. Edu. Tapped in by Bergkamp. Wiltord.
Jensen and Benarbia, they're really getting in a right pickle, both leaving it for the other.
Arsenal have won their last 9 home games in the Premiership. That goes back to February. And there was a 1-1 draw here at Southampton. It's 1-1 now. You'd not really have a bet on it finishing 1-1.
No, but I tell you, Man City have given as good as they've got tonight. I've been impressed with them again.
Edu with the corner. Schmeichel needed a second go at it.
Oh, here they go. Can he slide in Anelka?
It's on. It was on if he could have done it first time. Just lost his footing. And in doing so, lost the opportunity.
Yeah, it's been pleasing in the eye, this game, hasn't it? I mean, this really has gone end to end. A little cliche, but it's been like that tonight.
Campbell. Wiltord. Moving on down the left-hand side. Found by Sylvain Wiltord. Henri, they've opened Manchester City up. Absolutely superb. The personal message from Thierry Henry, but the message to the rest of the Premiership is this is what you've got to match if you think about taking the title away from Highbury.
Sean Ray Phillips such an experienced man. He's got to track Ashley Cole. He's got to make sure he goes all the way with him. And as soon as he doesn't, then they've got a problem, because Howie has to leave Henry to come to the danger. Cole picks him out a treat, then he has the time to pick his spot. But when you don't track a run, this is what can happen. Sean Wright Phillips didn't, and they pay a huge price. For the newborn kid.
Keogh. Here's Sean Wright Phillips, whose attributes are much more to attack on the City right.
Trying to do to Cole what Cole did to him, Mark. I think that's the thing. I mean, whether he was trying to play offside, I think that wasn't on. He looked inside, he would have seen how his defenders were deeper than him. Just didn't track the run all the way.
Was it Distin who was just the deepest of the three centre-backs on the other side? Otherwise, an offside flag might just have rescued them. But given the chances they've had since it went 1-1, Arsenal will feel that they're value for money at 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, they have been chance-wise the better side. Don't think there's a doubt about that tonight. As I say, for an away side, there's been a lot of good things in the game from Manchester City.
That could be penalised. The efforts on goal don't really tell you the true picture of this first half. The philosophy from both sides made it just an absolute pleasure to be here. Hope you're getting some of that through your television screens. Don't want the half-time whistle.
No, you don't.
Anelka, who's replied once. Vieira. Henry. So there's a good bit of old-fashioned sticking out the backside by Thierry Henry, and oh, he's a strong man.
Yeah, he is. Might just let it go sometimes, referees. I mean, they're a little bit quick to bring the play to an end there when Arsenal had pretty good possession of the ball.
It's one of the poorer balls. Been too many of them tonight. From Gilberto. Can't you make it 4, David? Sunji Hai. He played for the Ukraine the weekend. He was actually called back to help out in an injury crisis. He had retired from international football. Drew in Armenia. Berkovic. Distin. That's Howie dispossessed by Henry. Bergkamp. Wiltord gets there. It's not a great angle. It's not quite 3-1.
I'll tell you why they press the back three, Mark, because they'll know that Kevin allows his centre-backs to get on the ball. And if you know that when you're a front man, then you wait and you put them under pressure every time you can, because you know you're going to get a chance to nibble the ball off them. And that's exactly what they've done time and time again. Rather scuffs the shot at the end. He's got time, and you can see he hits right across the ball there. Rather scuffs it across goal.
It's been a feature, though, hasn't it? Right
Yes.
from the off. Bergkamp and Henry looking to win the ball well forward. Here's Berkovic, and Anelka is onside. Huckabee in the middle, joined by Eyal Berkovic. Benarbia is on the scene as well. Benarbia. Late by Vieira. Sanchi high. Benarbia. Very responsibly. Getting a lot of individual plaudits at the moment, but he is essentially a team player. And they are galvanised, Arsenal, by a great spirit to go with all the individual talents. And they needed some of that spirit and the talent here against the vibrant Manchester City. Wiltord scored, no surprise in that. But Anelka headed an equaliser, a lot of surprise in that. Great moment for him back at Highbury. And then Thierry Henry tilted it 2-1 to Arsenal at half-time.
No matter what you do in their eyes, you'll never be as good as them. I'm ready. Let me go.
He is the only Negro diver.
Think you're as good as they are? You're damn right I am.
Men of Honor, Saturday at 8 on Sky Movies Premiere.
George Graham's back tomorrow night as well with Marcus Buckland. The Barclaycard pay-per-view offering comes from St James's Park. Newcastle and Leeds, 7:30 start, 08705 160 160 for more information on how to order the game. How about that, Saturday morning? Leeds United play Manchester United. It's live from Elland Road at 11:30. David O'Leary and Mark Hughes will both be with us. Sunday at 3, we're with the league leaders, Tottenham, who entertain West Ham. That's on Sky Sports 1. Lee Dixon's here tonight, so too George Graham. Just to confirm that Patrick Vieira was booked in that first half for this challenge. George, we talked about one at Chelsea the other week that saw him sent off. When are referees going to get that right, or did he tonight, our official?
I think he got it right.
Yeah?
I think that was a booking offence. He's gone in for a tackle with 6 studs. If he wins the ball, fine, but it's like any sort of challenge. If that had been in the box, that would have been a penalty, so it's an offence.
OK, Manchester City trail here by 2-1. Their philosophy, a little like Arsenal's, is to want to go forward to score goals. Before they do that, have they got to tighten it up to make sure they don't ship any more?
Well, we kept mentioning during the game about the two wing backs and how they've got to, help the centre backs out. The centre backs are getting dragged across, leaving big holes behind. And I think if Kevin sees that and tries to rectify that, they've got a bit more of a base to go from. But at the moment, we're just exploiting him in the corners.
It turned Arsenal round, didn't they, George? Who like to attack the North Bank second half, so slightly different for the second 45. But can you see more goals in it?
Yes, certainly. The way City play, they love going forward, and they've got players who, in a way, I wouldn't say they're cheating, but they're bordering on that, and they only like to go forward. They don't like to defend. So, on occasions, it could hurt you. And they could hurt Arsenal, but I can see Arsenal scoring more goals as well.
Is that a general criticism, or other individuals that you have in mind?
No, not really. I just think it's the way they play. They just love going forward, but it's a taxi to get back.
No Arsenal yet. They're a little slow coming out. There's no sign of them just yet, but Manchester City are back and ready to have another go at it. Is there going to come a point in their season, Lee, if they're losing games in the manner that they are, that they're going to have to change something?
But I think they're always going to win games at home the way they play. They've got great support there. Everybody bombs forward at home, and they're going to win the fair majority of games at home. But this is where they're going to struggle if they don't tighten it up away from home. Having said that, the way they play, they might get the next goal, and then there's a game on again. So I think Kevin will be looking at the away form more than the home form, because that takes care of itself.
Birmingham were beaten here. West Brom were big. Manchester City trail now. Dennis Bergkamp will be player cam for the first 15 minutes of the second half. That's for Sky Digital viewers on Sky Sports Active. Push the red button and follow the menu. Commentators Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thanks, Richard. Just a reminder about Arsenal equalling their club record tonight if they avoid defeat. The 26-game run that they're looking to equal. April 90 to January 91, 17 wins and 9 draws. at 60 points. This Arsenal piece of trailblazing has produced 65 points already. 20 wins and 5 draws in the last 25 Premiership games.
Stunning. Stunning. When you think of the quality of some of the teams that have been in that run, Mark. Away at Anfield, away at Old Trafford, all these places they've been to. Away at Stamford Bridge.
Thought George got it right there. The other record, British record,
yes.
English record, and this a world record.
I couldn't agree more with George's assessment of the both teams. You can't compare them. George, based at that time, it was if you were British or English, Scottish, Irish or Welsh, you played in this country.
Manchester City have contributed greatly to what we've seen so far, but they're 2-1 down. Distan. Berkovic with Ryan Shaw on the right. Phillips desperate to get forward from the right wing back role. They've got Europe to come, of course, but they haven't yet left the capital in the Premiership this season. There's home wins against Birmingham and West Brom, away draws at West Ham and Chelsea, and another short trip on Saturday to Charlton. Wiltord, Bergkamp. Now what can Wiltord do here? He's trying to feed it in towards Henry. He looked a bit isolated in the centre. Vieira eagerly gets it back. Luzhny. Wiltord. Gilberto. It might come back to the Brazilian. It does. Across the face of the goal from Edu.
I just think Henry's reluctant to go in here, Mark, because I think he might think he's going to be offside. Not from that, but from this pass. I think he just holds his run just a fraction, because if he goes in early, the flags are set to go up. But Edu plays it with such pace that he just can't get there.
Vieira.
Must be a free kick.
It's one of those, Andy, where you say defenders have to realise there are some balls you can't get.
Couldn't agree more, young man. That's exactly right. You just got to say, hey, cheers, but I'll make sure you don't beat me when you get it under control if you do.
Luzhny's free kick. Cole. Edu. Let's eat up the ground, Ashley Cole. It struck me again on Saturday, Andy, that we didn't see what a lot of us would like to see with England, with Ashley Cole and Wayne Bridge playing together down that left-hand side.
Certainly an option, another option. In fact, one of the few that the coach hasn't used, really.
Todd Grip, of course, representing the England camp here tonight. Vieira. Henry. He's cutting Manchester City apart, and Bergkamp went near post. Wiltord wondering whether if he'd gone far post, he might have added to his impressive talent.
Well, Wiltord wondering why he hasn't. Or maybe he thinks I'll just hold my position here, but well, I think from there, we've got one going near. He probably was right, maybe, but that's what you do when you're up front. You pay your money and takes your chances. You know, if he'd have gone back post and Henry pulls it back to where he was, he'd think, oh no, I should have stayed. But what a burst of pace from Thierry Henry. Absolutely blistering.
Awkwardly for Distin, helped out by Sun Chi-hai. Well, we haven't seen too much of Darren Huckabee, but he was just balked there by Martin Keown.
Oh, he's been quiet.
Benarbia. They couldn't take it with him. Tentative between Campbell and Cole, and Seaman. And the goalkeeper's kick goes straight to Nicholas Jensen. Foe. Distin. Benarbia. He's probing away. Berkovic likewise. Jensen. In behind Luzhny for Benarbia. Needed some decisive work from Sol Campbell. Howie, Vieira just got a piece of it. Edu can give it back to the captain. Bergkamp.
This game is so stretched, isn't it? Even at the beginning of the second half, Mark.
Wiltord, thought about the shot. Thought better of it, allowed then Foe to get a foot in. Bergkamp, Henri, Edu. It's great to watch, Andy. Imagine what it must be like playing in a team with all these attacking options.
Fantastic. Must be brilliant. I was just thinking, no wonder it's stretched. When you look at both top ends of the pitch, you look at Anelka and Huckabee, great pace there. You look at Wiltord and Henri, great pace there. So maybe it's not a surprise that defenders take a step back, maybe a little earlier than they would normally do. But it's made for good entertainment.
Anelka, of course, didn't go to the World Cup with France and hasn't been recalled as yet.
So,
what was it Stuart Pearce said about Darren Huckabee at Main Road about having his own flag?
No, to be fair, he hasn't been offside there.
No, he hasn't. But we have just been saying how deep everyone's been defending that. 2-1 to Arsenal. Howie. He's asking a bit of Sanji Hai, and Edu was in a flash. No time for those extra touches.
Trying to play. You know, sometimes you just have to say, OK, I'm just going to help it into midfield or help it up front. But Arsenal, you know, you were told when you were a player, this team like to play at the back, so be alive, be alert, you'll win a lot of ball. And that's what Arsenal have done. They've won a lot of ball off the back three, basically, of Manchester City.
Vieira. Well spotted by Distin. He's a powerful fellow when he starts to move forward. He's kept on with his run. Anelka was the player who was fouled. Just to get the ball rolling from the free kick. But actually the ball was rolling when he took it, so Manchester City probably relieved that they can start again.
The Sunji Ai ball was rolling, Mark, because he believed Anelka took the free
well,
kick.
that's what I believe that as well. Maybe that's where it could have been allowed to go on. Anyway, it's academic now. Bergkamp. Distin is there for Manchester City. Cole covering in behind Campbell. Headed forward. Good spring there by Sean Wright-Phillips. There goes Henri. Edu. Now he drawn out of his central berth, but he did his job very well, needed to. And City were straining again against the pace of Arsenal's French front men.
Arsenal have won the ball back really well tonight. Well, it's been an aspect of the player that's been really impressive. You know, not that they've been giving it back, but they've won it back. They've gone and hustled and all over the pitch, got possession back.
It's got through to Wiltord from Martin Keown. This time, because Manchester City have set a high tempo for themselves right from the off, but it's made Arsenal play at full pace. And they've certainly done that. Luzhny, Henri onside. Wiltord to his left. That's the way he looks, but they've got three around him.
Crowded out. Crowd scene was too much for him. Oh, he's unlucky, isn't he? He's unlucky. I think he is anyway. I was just about to say there it is again, winning it back.
Jensen.
And again, see that? I mean, it's such a huge part of the game tonight has been.
Which is why you have to be such an athlete to play at this level. Anelka. Well, the referee had a look across at his assistant to see whether Cole had caught Anelka after the ball had gone. No flag. Berkovic. It's just a free kick against Vieira. And he did turn to have a word, but he's also had a word with Berkovic about getting up. And so Vieira is as well. As if the Israeli international might have been trying to get Patrick Vieira into further trouble, but Vieira might be getting himself into further trouble by his involvement in all this.
Well, the incident was an innocuous one. It's ridiculous the extent it's got to.
And some referees would have taken a less tolerant view of all that. They've allowed the officials have allowed the conversation to go on. It's hardly eyeball to eyeball, given the relative heights of the two players.
Hardly.
But here's Benarbia with the free kick. And most meatilly away, with emphasis, by Patrick Vieira. Dista. Bergkamp just checking ahead of Luzhny, but he is offside.
Tried to hold the line, didn't he? Was going to go, but check all he could. There's not a lot in that. I don't know if there's air between the last defender and Dennis Bergkamp.
Don't even get on to that.
No, you're right, mate.
No.
Yeah, he's offside.
As is Anelka.
He was here there.
You were going to say daylight under floodlights. I was a bit worried for you there. The law hasn't changed. That's I think what we need to establish. Level is onside. Not level. If you're too far forward, you're offside. Here's Keogh. Just thinking about that song for Arsenal. He comes for Vieira. He comes from Senegal. He plays for Arsenal. He goes to win the ball. Would fit in there as well, wouldn't it? Maybe they should sing that to other referees. Could have a bit more sympathy with him.
He's just got to be careful tonight. Martin, there's well over half an hour of this game.
Yeah, he has.
And he's booked. And Berkovic has had a little more at the referee about the tackle. And he's got to be extremely careful that he doesn't miss time on Patrick Vieira.
Any licence that he might have had, I think he's lost by that involvement with Berkovic just now. Not the foul, but what happened afterwards. There is Berkovic working it forward to Sun Ji-ha.
Oh, that's a goal.
Graham Atkins put his flag up.
It just takes a moment though, doesn't it? Just to have a little look for the referee.
Manchester City need a goal, and Sean Goater's got plenty of them for City. And as we've been saying, Darren Huckabee's very much on the periphery of the game. So it's an understandable change tonight for Kevin Keegan. Goater might have been in the starting lineup at the beginning of the season, but he broke a toe in a pre-season game. Quite well in the Premiership in that relegation season. His first taste of top-level football. I always said he would never score goals. He was doing it in the lower divisions if he went up any higher. He's proved a lot of doubters wrong. The striker from Bermuda. Here, no one's suggesting that Vieira is an angel. He and Roy Keane and Vinnie Jones, I think, share the record for the number of Premiership red cards, which is 7. Certainly a sympathy here against Berkovic and for the Arsenal captain. Free kick conceded by Sean Wright-Phillips. Arsenal reacted quickly to it, and Bergkamp under some challenge when he finally let fly.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure from Mark Vivian Foy.
This is Rami Shaban, Arsenal's new goalkeeper. Finnish mother, Egyptian father, and he's Swedish. Tells you a bit more about the world game we're involved in.
Is he an international?
I don't think so, no.
So plenty of choice then.
Has played for clubs in Sweden and Egypt. Problem here for Ashley Cole.
Well, I think he thought it was a free kick. He looked across at the referee. Was having none of it.
Well, Manchester City looking to Sean Gota, and so too is the man operating the player cam. For Sky Digital viewers, you can access that facility via the red button on your remote. Half an hour to go. 2-1 to Arsenal, as it was at half-time. Great motivational skills.
It's not quite been the half that the first half was, Martin. It's like flashes. With the odd little burst of super football, but only flashes.
They do remember those Manchester United matches
yes.
here.
Of course they do.
Winner twice in the Premiership for Manchester United here at Highbury, Peter Schmeichel. Ulrich. Bergkamp. Actually, he was just caught by Bergkamp a little bit. He wasn't complaining, no, concentrating on trying to stop the corner. He wasn't able to do that. Edu to take it. Two-goal cushion Arsenal are looking for here.
That's why this game is very much alive. Manchester City, just the one goal. Teams in the Premiership always fight that little bit harder with only one goal deficit.
Early cross from Henry, swept away by Howitt. It's judged by Anelka, back by Campbell. Both sides giving the ball away, which has been a bit more the story of the second half. Jensen. Vieira. Two to the left of Gilberto. Edu.
This is where they get 2v1 again, Mark. See ya.
Cole was pick out maybe Henry on the edge of the area. Berkovic. Good.
No prizes for guessing who played that aimlessly out the park.
Managed to go with the header.
Yeah. Yeah, this has been the poorest spell in the game. It's I think the word I would use, a little flat at the moment. But just kind of the players here, and such pace in the game, it could just erupt back into action at any time. I think that's the beauty of the match we're watching tonight.
Henry trying to recreate that magical moment for Arsenal at West Ham that helped them get out of the mire earlier this season. To preserve the unbeaten run, they are closing in on the all-time Premiership record, 29 that is. It's Manchester United's at the moment in 1999. A long way off off the old First Division record, Nottingham Forest under Brian Clough, late 70s, 42 games. Points gone up.
That must have been close as well, I will tell you.
Gota was the one.
When Benarbia plays this, what's Sean Gota's run there? So he's not offside. I knew it was very, very close, and they're getting it wrong. It's not easy.
Foe. Gota. Wins it back. It's more what we're used to seeing from him. After the low par first half, he's getting back together. Manchester City still very much in the picture at Highbury. Two seasons ago they were swept aside 5-0, but after they had a player sent off, Danny Tiato, is on the bench tonight. Campbell. Just not clicking at the moment for either team.
As Lee Dixon said, Arsenal didn't really start the first half particularly well. I don't think either side has started this half particularly well.
Gota, woken up by Vieira. Wiltord. That's speculative by Luzhny.
I don't even know if that was his target on him. I think that Edu was more the likely target. He just sliced across it.
Quick reminder, Wednesday 7:30, Premiership Plus, Channel 433, Newcastle versus Leeds, a pay-per-view match from the Premier League. Pistan took a risk, but he was confident he would get away with it, and he did, and he's fouled this time by Gilberto. Saturday, 11:30, Leeds United against Manchester United. One needs to say no more than that, really. Sky Sports 1, perhaps, just to remind you. Campbell. Fought back well, Sean Wright-Phillips. A number of times Edu's got behind him and not really got away.
No, I think certainly pace is not one of Edu's biggest attributes, Martin. I think that's probably why he prefers himself to play infield.
Anelka. Great stop by Seaman.
Great football from Anelka. Absolutely brilliant. The way he goes past two here. Edu comes across to help Ashley Cole, but look at that for quick feet. Going narrow side there, near post. I would have been surprised had it beaten David Seaman at that angle there. Goalkeeper's got the near post covered.
Halfway through the second half, Manchester City seeking a second equalizer. Benarbia rehearsed to Jensen, not really rehearsed.
I was going to say, don't lose it there.
Up against Arsenal, who can stream out. Henry will get... He's been given offside. It's thrashed in by Thierry Henry. It does not count.
Isn't going to count. I'll tell you why the flags went up, I think. And why the linesman might have waited. Is when Bergkamp flicks this on, Martin. He's not offside, but is Henry. Right? Borderline. Now, if Bergkamp had gone and finished that off, flag would have stayed down. But obviously, the linesman's decided that Henry was offside.
And Manchester City are still in business, very much in big business here, unless Seaman seizes the ball from the feet of Gota, which he does. So no breathing space for Arsenal. Henry. Berkovic, forward for Manchester City. Anelka drifting more to the right-hand side again. Now he's got Gota in particular, who is very much a centre forward.
Sorry, ref.
Flag is up again.
Got that one wrong. I know what he thought. Because Bergkamp's offside when the ball's played, and Bergkamp's coming back from goal, but he thinks, the linesman, that he's going to get control of the ball. But Patrick Vieira steps in and takes over. A little bit too hasty with the flag that time.
Benarbia. Swept away by Cole. Martin Yerby is the official who's under particular scrutiny at the moment. Gilberto.
Well, we'll see if we can clear up whether Henry himself was offside. That's why the flags went off. I don't think there's any doubt about this. But is he offside when Dennis Bergkamp flicks the ball there? I don't think he is. Not by a yard. So the flag should have stayed down. Henry should have been allowed to go on, and the goal should have stood. Because Schmeichel's trying for it. Make no mistake about that. And he has been denied a second goal, and maybe the goal that would have just set this game finally Arsenal's way.
Well, he got two when Manchester City were last here, and he should have had two tonight. Maybe he'll right that injustice that the replays have shown. Real time, of course, was what the assistant had to deal with. Wiltord. Bergkamp. Annoyed that players further forward didn't show, so he could get the ball upfield. He had to just roll it out to Sun Ji-hai. Howie taking over. Berkovic. Put it wide nicely to Benarbia. Benarbia again. Now Jensen gets a foot to it. Luzhny. Rather here, some anxiety around the stadium from the Arsenal fans. They at least have a free kick to cheer.
Yeah, they're winning the match, but they're not. They don't have the control I think that the fans would like them to have.
And maybe the manager would like them to have, because it's time for Kolo Touré.
Well, the way the game's shaping up, you know, that Manchester City are pushing more and more men forward, Mark. And it definitely is right for them to be caught with a break, with pace. We talked about Edu. I don't think he has that blistering pace. This guy can run.
Actually, when he came on at Chelsea, he never stopped running. He didn't. Pat Rice got up from the bench apparently and said, just tell him to slow down a bit. Think what he's doing. And of course, by continuing to run, he got that equalising goal, his first Premiership goal. Berkovic. Bergkamp rather brushed Jensen aside. But again, the point we've made throughout the game, the willingness of the Arsenal front players to get their challenges in, to go and win the ball as far forward as they can. It's been an uncomfortable time for the back three for Manchester City in that respect. Dista. Jensen. A flaky kick from David Seaman. If they were to let this slip, it would be 3 draws in 4 games for the defending champions. Benarbia. you again. Kolo Touré has to do is help Ashley Cole against Sean Wright-Phillips, who's actually helped Arsenal there by giving away the free kick. Talk about the left-hand side of that team. We saw Pires earlier. We've heard Freddie Ljungberg interviewed. There is Robert Pires. And Freddie, well, they're both enjoying the evening. Freddie there with the Arsenal press officer, Amanda Doherty.
It's funny when Jeff Freeze asked him after him, when will you be back? He said, I don't know. And he went, but I'm playing the reserve game tomorrow. I thought, well,
it's always been rather understated, hasn't it? Yeah. With his hair, but that's understated at the moment. And I gather he has plans.
Oh dear.
I suppose the hairdresser will know when the first team return is, won't he? He'll be the first to know, probably. It's Kolo Touré on the left of the Arsenal midfield. And Ashley Cole pressing on as usual. Interesting young man, Kolo Touré. You can watch him via the player cam. He's impressed everybody here at Highbury with his general demeanour, very polite, very anxious to learn more English. Often seen with a dictionary. All right, not closed down. Just can't put it to bed.
No.
Arsenal.
That's absolutely right. He's got plenty of time here as well. No real pressure on him. Look at that. Can even walk round the ball. You know what he's trying to do, but nowhere near executing at that time. I think the one thing you would say is that I think Manchester City this half haven't really created an awful lot, nor looked like it. Nicholas Anelka's one piece of brilliant individualism when the wide on the right, when he brought that save out of David Seaman, the only shot at goal they've had second half.
A bit more distance in the kick that time. Kevin Horlock getting ready for Kevin Keegan. Luckily, coach. The final words of instruction.
I just saw Steve Howie about 10 minutes ago, Mark, and he kind of just reached for one of his thigh muscles as if he was in a little bit of discomfort. It may well be Howie that's going to be coming off.
Jensen, Benarbia, Berkovic. Here's Sanchi Hai. Wright-Phillips.
So you need to be quick to catch that.
There's Steve Howie. Maybe that injury he referred to. Maybe just a case of going to four at the back.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Horlock is a midfield player. Started in London with West Ham, but didn't break through there. Some time at Swindon. And he's had some eventful times at Manchester City. Remember, the last 5 seasons, either been promoted or relegated. Great for the nerves following the side in blue from Manchester. And the nerves must be worried here. Comes out to Kolo Touré. He was rather unselfish.
Too unselfish.
Back by Gilberto. Should be Schmeichel's ball. Again, he's disappointed with the choice of people to throw it to, so he's belted it down the middle. Horlock. Benarbia controlled it magnificently. Gota. Anelka. And flies away for a corner off Campbell.
Good block. Goalkeeper might well have had it covered there. Angle against him, but lovely little ball through here from Gota. Just watch Campbell there. It's a great block.
Come on, City is the cry. Coming mostly from the opposite end of the ground. The away supporters are always packed in here at Highbury with a full house tonight. Less than 40,000. Anelka head it goalwards again. Sean Wright Phillips, out comes Vieira, out comes Wiltord. And it's on the left-hand side, including Henry. Michael half thought about coming out to get it, but he would have had no chance. Vieira, and he's presented it straight to Jensen. Horlock. Nicely done by the Dane. To Foe. It'll be a fight to the finish. But Foe's given it away to Henry. It's a blur. The movement of Arsenal's number 14. Horlock. 10 minutes to go. Still a certain amount of feeling on tenterhooks around the ground. Berkovic. Benarbia. Berkovic. Not short of numbers in this attack, Manchester City. Anelka. Blocked by Luzhny. City sensibly have kept 4 back.
I do think, though, I think that Kevin's prepared to lose this 3-1 mark, searching for a 2-2. I don't think there's anything wrong with that in the last 10 minutes. Good possession from Manchester City, but they haven't been able to turn that possession. As I said, 2 chances from Anelka, really.
It's where that possession has been, isn't it? Hasn't been in the attacking third. Often enough. But in the second half, they've survived defensively. Arsenal haven't been able to widen the margin of their half-time lead. Floodgates, which could have been opened, haven't.
I think everyone expected more goals.
Well, it was from behind, and although Luzhny played the ball, he played a good piece of Anelka as well. I think he was fortunate to get away with that.
Yeah, I mean, tackle on Vieira first half.
Berkovic. Toure can't get a foot in. He goes the second time, but Berkovic still on the ball, and that might spell problems for Arsenal. Wright Phillips. It's a tremendous cross.
Took everyone by surprise. Took everyone by surprise. Gota applauds it greatly. I don't think they expected it, Anelka or Gota, for it to come that quick.
And Gota is a great penalty area predator, isn't he? He knew how good it was.
It's a cool ball.
Foe.
Just 1 or 2 nerves, you just get the feeling Martin jangling out there a little bit. Certainly at the back when City come and press forward. No doubt they'd like the comfort, Arsenal, of that 3rd goal in the game, but it hasn't come. And City know that they can press and press. They'll take a chance. One mistake, one piece of magic, maybe from the man on the ball.
Looking here and turn and twist, and he's in position to line up his cross, Anelka, in towards a Foe. It's a free kick.
Well, he just dropped the shoulder, and I mean, he's certainly could easily been offside, but he just drops the shoulder, takes one touch, and what a ball. I mean, you couldn't ask for better than that. David Seaman, no chance of cutting it out. If you're a front man getting in on the end of that, you've got a chance. If you're a defender, you've got a chance of scuffing it.
Oh, there's a problem, is it, for Benarbia, who has been booked, so he's got to go. Is it? Well,
They obviously use the kind of language that referees and linesmen don't like, I have to say, though.
Well, it's out of character with the game. He's being escorted off by Clive Wilkes. It's a bit of a bonus for Arsenal with the nerves jangling and Manchester City trying to prey on them. But off goes Ali Benarbia for a second yellow card. And Kevin Keegan's team are down to 10 men with 5 minutes to go and trailing by 2 goals to 1.
Well, they do get busy, linesmen at times. Too much so for me. Must have hurt his feelings or something he said, I can only think.
Arsenal all used to playing 10, their 10 against 11, and the other way round. Luzhny. Off Oleg Luzhny. Horlock. Oh, he's gone forward. Spotted him coming, and the ball. Henry. Bergkamp. Now Wiltord.
Just got away from him.
Felt he might have been blocked, but Manchester City kept the ball in any case through the energies of Anelka. Vieira. Wiltord. It's caught in 2 minds, Arsenal, at the moment, as to whether they should go chasing a third or just keep the ball. It'll be a bit easier to do that against depleted opposition. No doubt about what's in Henry's mind, though, and Touré as well.
Oh, well done.
Well, he looked very diminutive, Sean Wright Phillips. Against the muscular men either side, but he came out on top. He can defend, but he just has to learn the positional side
Absolutely.
of it, really.
And it's difficult when you're exposed to the extent he is. A normal trio of midfield players, Mark, would give him better protection than I think Berkovic and Benarbia do at times. And he does get exposed.
Campbell. Here's Cole. Touré. For Ashley Cole. Bergkamp in the middle. Others will come, maybe not the full complement for the corner.
But better. You see that incident that happened there? Happened first half, he didn't go goal. This time, late in the game it may be, but same ball. But this time he stuck with Cole, got the tackle in.
Campbell has stayed back, but Keown's gone into the middle, and now he's on his way back. He made the wrong decision because Kolo Touré cutting in here.
I wouldn't have liked to be in front of him, I'll tell you. I mean, Peter Schmeichel's big enough, isn't he? And he just gets the ball here and he's just gone straight for goal. Look at the angle. I'm on my way. He's a big lad.
Schmeichel's feathers somewhat ruffled.
No respecter of reputations there, was he?
Anelka. He's got the ball. Campbell went down. It goes behind off Cole.
He's done
And
well
up
there.
comes Peter Schmeichel.
He's done well there, I tell you. Anelka to win the corner.
Scored last season for Aston Villa. And we saw him score for Manchester United in a European game. Here he is at Highbury, 2-1 down, 90th minute. Schmeichel, it was Foe.
Oh, the wicked ball in here. It's the Arsenal players who flick it on. I'm pretty sure of that near post. But just away. Well, the crowd was screaming while we were on replay because Sylvain Wiltord hit the ball right side. No one in goal. But he didn't fancy a Beckham, I don't think.
Well, happy to keep possession.
Well, it hasn't been vintage from Arsenal, Mark, but, you know, you can't win the title playing scintillating football and getting 3, 4, 5 goals every time you play at home. They've been a little below par, certainly second half, but they've still done enough. And they're going to do what's the important thing you feel for them, and that's to take the 3 points and go back top of the Premiership.
And there might yet be a third goal. We are in added time.
Well, there won't be in any rush with this, will there? I just feel like we're sorry for Benarbia. The game's been a wonderful one, and the times of spectacle. Nothing for the referee or officials to really do but get certain decisions right.
Cautious corner from Henry. Vieira. Not the final whistle. Free kick to Arsenal. They're going to bother to do too much with it. They've got 3 over there to work a little triangle. Toure. Jensen. They're partially away. Wiltord. Usually half thinking about making a run, and Wiltord ignores it when it actually comes. Keown. So he just can't get the ball. Luzhny. Bergkamp. Berkovic stopped by Vieira. Clive Wilkes looks at his watch. Anelka. Bergkamp looked offside. The chip. But Schmeichel's seen him before and won a few battles against Bergkamp before. Arsenal have won the match. They've equalled the club record of George Graham's Gunners, Arsene Wenger's team. 26 league games without defeat. They now have the chance to break that record at Charlton on Saturday. It was the first half flourish that did it for them tonight. Wiltord made it 1-0. Thierry Henry made it 2-1. And Anelka, of course, equalised in between the 2 Arsenal goals. Manchester City do leave Highbury empty-handed again, but they've been very competitive throughout. It was anxious for them, but really when Benarbia was sent off, their captain, in the closing minutes, it rather drew a veil over their chances of getting a point. Arsenal 2, Manchester City 1, Arsenal are top again.
If you've got anything to say about that, give us a call. You too could be on Sky Sports tonight. 09009 100 200 is the telephone number. That programme follows us at 10:30. There's more live Barclaycard Premiership football tomorrow. The pay-per-view game, it's Newcastle against Leeds. 08705 160 160, the number to dial for ordering information. It starts at 7:30, as I said. Saturday at 11:30, Leeds play Manchester United. Watching with us will be David O'Leary and Mark Hughes, Sky Sports 1. Sunday, 3 o'clock, Super Sunday takes us to White Hart Lane to see Spurs play West Ham. Lee Dixon's here, George Graham as well. When we come back, reaction to Arsenal's win. We'll name the man of the match, and not too far away, the goals from the Riverside, where Middlesbrough played Sunderland tonight.
He rules an empire.
Ramon Koda, the world's wealthiest drug dealer.
His power crosses every border.
Isn't democracy great?
But now he's crossed the wrong man.
I'm not going to fight.
Chuck's back, and he's taking the war on drugs to new heights.
You can go with the parachute or without it. You're bluffing. You left the table, didn't you say you wasn't going to fight?
I didn't fight. I gave a motivational seminar.
Delta Force 2, tonight, 10 o'clock, Sky 1.
Does the car you're thinking of seat 7 and have room for luggage? Does it have a 6-speed gearbox for a responsive drive? And will it cost less than £16,000? Try the Seat Alhambra and compare it to the 7-seater you were going to buy.
T68 Iron Communicam. Take pictures, share them with your friends.
All the greatest guitar hooks on one double album. While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Classic songs, unforgettable riffs. While My Guitar Gently Weeps. The album, available at HMV, top dog for music.
Wait until you hear this. This is so cool. Stop. We met. Cool? Cool. Cool is why my son needs new sneakers every month. Cool is why my daughter's hair is green and her boyfriend has a bolt through his nose. Cool costs me money. Cool. You were saying?
This online purchasing system could save us millions.
Millions? Cool.
First Direct. It's so black and white.
It's a sultry evening, off into the London night. 37,000, the majority of them very happy Gunners, because the champions have won here by 2-1. Lee Dixon, George Graham in a moment. First of all, the man of the match with Claire Tomlinson.
Thierry, you got 1 goal. Do you feel you should have had 2 today?
I don't know, you know, because obviously if you ask me, I will say to you that I wasn't off, but the referee said to you I was off. So at the end of the day, the most important thing is that we won today against a great team. I think to come at Iberia play the way they have played today, you know, they try to go forward, and usually the team, when they come here, they try to start the back. And we wasn't far to draw the game today because we played against a great team. I have to say that with Berkovic and Benarbia and Anelka, they look great on the pitch, but thankfully for us today, we have the 3 points.
Did you expect that approach from Manchester City today?
Of course, you know, I had the chance to play with Ali Benarbia when I was at Monaco. Obviously, I played with Nicolas, and they had some great players, you know, Vivian Fouet in the middle and at the back as well. So they have some great players. So we knew it wasn't going to be easy today, and you saw today that it wasn't easy for us. But at the end of the day, once again, you know, we have the 3 points, and that's the most important thing.
If that goal had stood, had you, TV replay showed that you looked like you were level, do you think that might have settled the game down if you'd got the 3-1 lead?
Yeah, I think that it would have been better to be 3-1 up, but at the end of the day, you know, I scored some goal that sometime I saw on TV that I was off. So that's the compensation, I think, today.
You are top of the table, you have got the points. Keeping an eye on the Tottenham result tomorrow, will you be?
No, I'm only looking at my team. That's the most important thing, and then we will see at the end.
And tell us who you're dedicating your goal to today.
Oh, it's a friend of mine, you know, just had a girl today, so, no, yesterday, sorry. So I just wanted to say it to everyone, so that's it. It's a bit, just, you know, it's between my friend and me, so just.
And who is that friend?
Oh, no, it's just a friend, so, you know, so that's it. Just, she will know, she will know.
We've had a rumour at Charlene Spiteri. Can you confirm that?
I don't know, ask her.
Well, here's the man of match. Perhaps you can celebrate with that for her.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye.
You may not have heard the last of the shirt. You're not supposed to do that this year, are you? Which, if it's a pleasant little message like that, would be a shame if the authorities moved on that. But there we are. That's the rule these days. So Arsenal, George, did they make hard work of it in the end?
Yeah, the quality definitely dipped in the second half, especially from Arsenal. I thought Manchester City actually tightened up their game. They played a much tighter formation. I thought the wing backs then started sitting back a little bit more. They had lots of possession, but only Anelka really looked a threat to Arsenal's back four.
All the goals in the first half, as it turned out, Lee. 1 second, which we'll have a look at again in a moment. But this was the first. And it was a bit too easy from Arsenal's point of view.
Yeah, we went
City's defensively, wasn't it?
We went over it at half-time about the full-backs, and as George said, they did tighten up second half, and there wasn't that space behind the two wing-backs.
So where he's come from?
Yeah. Well, you can see him, he's right on the line, the left-back now, just moving back in, sees a bit of danger, but it's too late. He's already ahead of him. It's a great finish.
He's actually lucky he didn't catch him, isn't he? Because he'd have gone off there. He just had a little nibble away at his feet, didn't he, as he comes through?
But Kevin thought hopefully he did clip him. At least he might not have scored, but Schmeichel's good on them as well. He's one of the best at 1v1s, and so it's a good goal to score past him.
He just waited and he waited and he waited again there, Wiltord, didn't he?
But it happened a couple of times before that, Richard. You know, they get down that flank, and I thought that Jensen was really far too far forward. And then the second Arsenal goal, as we're going to see, they get down the other side. And so that was where the danger was coming from.
Before the second Arsenal goal, of course, Manchester City had equalised. Nicholas Anelka had equalised for them.
It's great bowling.
Should the keeper come now?
I think if he'd have come, he would have got it. But you know, David's far more experienced than I am to know. I think he just was decepted by the flight of the ball. And in the end, if the centre half heads it out, there's no danger. But he's just fell in between two defenders as well, and Nicholas has put a good header away.
He thought about it there, didn't he? Stopped.
Yeah.
Another little go, maybe not.
Plus, you've got three centre backs, well, three out the back four. They're over 6 foot. You know, you get Loosney, Martin Keown, Sol Campbell. Davis probably thought the lads can look after that. But to be fair, Anelka just slipped in between two of them and get a free header.
Here's the second from the other side. This is the point you were making. It was Ashley Cole this time, wasn't it?
Yeah, Wright Phillips here. If you just watch him, it's just ball watches.
He doesn't know where Ashley is there.
And how about that for a finish?
Yeah, pass the ball into the net.
I mean, 2 goals really that were passing, what I call passing goals. There was no power involved. It's just placed them, just passed the ball into the goals.
Ashley's gotten a few times this season already in that position. Scored a goal at home a couple of weeks ago and set up another one there. It's a great ball from Wiltord.
And he thought he got a second. I think we proved that he should have had a second as well. From a Manchester City corner of all things. This was it. Now, is he offside here?
When it touches it's very difficult for the linesman. It's happened so quick, but he's not offside.
Has he touched it yet? Now.
I don't think he's offside, but if Dennis Godprops could have gone on and scored himself there.
Well, I've advocated over the last few years that when you're level, the advantage should always be given to the forward, and I think
what you advocate is in fact correct, but then the linesman's got to be brave enough just to wait, hasn't he, and make sure he's right.
Well, obviously he wasn't in doubt, because if he is in doubt, he should give the advantage to the forward. And again, he didn't do it, and we've seen that quite a few times so early in the season already. You know, they've got to give the advantage to the forward, because everybody wants to see more goals. If you're going to play the offside, make sure they're caught 5 yards, not 1 yard. They're not even an element of doubt. Don't play it if there's an element of doubt.
We used to do, we mentioned it before, we used to do a training session with George where the back four had to catch the players 3 yards offside in training, or they weren't offside. And it does work on us, you know, it makes you think more than once about trying to play a player offside, and we see there it's touch and go, but the linesman thought he was right.
Manchester City lost their captain late on, sent off Ali Benarbia. He'd booked, or had been booked, first half. Now, keep your eyes on the corner here. Linesman's flag for a decision there. Here comes Benarbia. Obviously unhappy about what happened down there. He said something, hasn't he?
I just can't understand why a player walks 15 yards, you know, to demonstrate with a linesman verbally. Everybody knows, and we all know, we've been in the game, and he's an experienced player. Why is it he's walked 15 yards, you know, to verbally, you know, chastise the linesman? He knows he's going to get another booking.
Does he have a case at all, Benarbia?
Well, when you see, we didn't see it when it actually happened, but now you see it now, and as he says, he walks that far.
The rules are fairly plain, aren't they?
The referee's got no choice. He's fouling abusive language if he has swore at the linesman. But as Andy said at the time, you know, the swearing goes on all the time all over the pitch. Sometimes you've got to let it go, but the referee thought he didn't have an option there.
So in the end, Arsenal just, but they'll take it. It's 3 more points. It takes them back to the top of the pile. The other Barclaycard Premiership game being played tonight was at the Riverside. It's Middlesbrough and Sunderland next.
The battle is on to get into the big time. Oh, yes! Live Football League action sponsored by Sky Bet, Sunday midday, Sky Sports 1.
Women, do you need your garage door painted this Sunday? New shelves putting up? Lavatory unblocking? If you want your husband to be any use on Sundays, keep him away from the SP. 48 pages of pure 100% football and other top sports, guaranteed to render your husband utterly useless. The SP, Britain's biggest sports paper, free every week with the people. Please, love.
There you go.
Thanks very much.
Fill up properly in the morning. Grab a McDonald's bacon and egg, but muffin meal for just $1.99.
For years, the signs have been appearing. Their meaning will be revealed.
From the writer and director of The Sixth Sense.
There's a monster outside my room. Can I have a glass of water?
Signs.
Do you promise to cherish him, support him, and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be true to him as long as you both shall live?
I do. Subject to the following terms and conditions: no snoring, no love handles, no forgetting anniversary, regular holidays in the sun, option of early retirement, not spending Christmas with groom's mother.
Because people everywhere have small print too, your local HSBC is offering a face-to-face discussion to help you plan for the future. The Individual Review from HSBC, the world's local bank.
Arsenal then by 2-1 here. Goals from the Riverside to come. Before that, let's just hear from Kevin Keegan.
Kevin, your thoughts on a disappointing night for your team?
Yeah, a bit disappointed, obviously. I think we can play a bit better. I certainly think we can pass it better. A lot of the problems that we caused, especially first half, we were self-inflicted, you know, trying to play the ball out, giving it away, which is not like us. But, you know, this is a step up for a lot of the players. Fair dues to Arsenal. They pressed us, and they're a very energetic, fit side, and they've got a lot of confidence, that confidence that goes with, you know, unbeaten in 25, 26 games now, whatever it is. So, no complaints. I think we can play better.
On the first goal, Sylvain Wiltord, Niklaus Jensen perhaps had a chance to bring him down. He probably would have been sent off. Would you rather he did that or let him go on?
No, in fact, that I've told the player. Richard Dunn did it, if I don't know if you remember. Newcastle gave him the cut with Bellamy. And I said to all the players, I would sooner let him go on. He's still got to, you know, get into the box. He's still got to get it past Peter Schmeichel. And, you know, you've still got 60 minutes, whatever. I don't know when it happened, but with 11 men, no, I don't want to pull people down. It's not what I want.
Nicholas Anelka was under a lot of pressure before the game. How do you think he responded?
I thought he did terrific, yeah. Very good player. He is. I thought he took his goal very well. Yeah, I like him a lot as a player. You don't get a chance to work with players of that quality every day of your life, and he'll get better when we get to know him better. He's ploughing pretty much a lone furrow there tonight. I don't think he got a lot of help from either Darren, if I'm being kind, and Sean when he came on. But, you know, we're new here. This was a big test for us. We didn't come through it.
What did you make of the sending off of your skipper?
No, I don't want to say nothing about it. I thought the linesman was dreadful, so said what I want to say. I guess he'd been booked for, you know, so if he said something to him, but the linesman was, I thought, poor. Bound to say that, aren't I?
So overall, though, pleased with your start in the Premiership?
Not really, no. Bit disappointed, but we've had a tough start away from home. At home, we've been outstanding, and we're going to have to continue to, you know, get results at home. To be fair, we've been to Leeds. It's a tough place to go. We've been to Villa, disappointed there, and tonight, you know, not many people